Well, I wanted to talk about my arena, which is mortgage financing today, and share the 203K Rehab loan, FHA. I've talked about this in the past, but it's been a couple years, so I thought I'd bring it in now because there are still opportunities and homes out there that are not in perfect condition that may prevent you from being able to get standard financing. And so a rehab loan, a 203K rehab loan, may be an option for you to secure financing on the home that you want. Maybe you can see the beauty in the home when somebody else can't because it needs a little TLC. This might help you. FHA financing is attached to the 203K rehab loan. FICO score credit requirement is 620. Minimum 3.5% down payment. It's not quite a simple calculation. There's a little bit more depending on where the cost and improvements come in, but it's around 3.5%, maybe maximum 4%. Closing takes place is a little longer period than what your standard closing. Standard closing may be 30 days, whereas you're going to need at least 60 days, depending on the scope of the work and how quickly you get bids and your contractor getting the information needed for the approval process. It can take longer, so a lot of that depends on what you're willing to do time-wise. Work must be completed within 90 days from the home closing. So basically what you're doing is getting a additional loan that you're going to finance into your primary mortgage to do improvements on the home so the home can pass for financing, also provide the additional work that you may want to move into the home, whereas you don't have the cash to do that yourself. It is a single loan. The maximum loan amount is $417,000, which needs to include the rehab cost for the replace or for rehabbing the home. Payments are made during that 90 days on the entire loan. So the work, again, is going to be completed within 90 days. You may not be occupying the home, but you're going to start making your mortgage payments. Now, the maximum for the rehab is $35,000 on the standard 203K rehab loan, but that does need to include a 10% reserve. So maybe you're looking at closer to $32,000, obviously, depending on what the loan amount is. The remaining 10% is going to go into a principal reduction. So that's where those funds are going to go. Once repairs are completed, a representative from the lender is going to go out to the property to review to make sure everything's been completed up to code. You are going to have a representative from FHA that's certified through FHA in order to take a look at the property to make sure that the work is being done is the work that's necessary to meet the financing requirements, and then anything additional that you want, you can make those choices. There is a one-time fee for this loan to cover the representative coming out to the property. It's either a minimum $350 or 1.5 of the construction amount. Additional fees for the appraiser, maybe $400 or $500, $600. It just depends. And for the work, for the additional work that they're going to be doing on the property as well. Now, work has to be done by a licensed and lender-approved general contractor. General contractor's license and proof bond required. It's going to take 2 draws. One of the draws is going to be up front for material and the other at the end when everything is completed. So you've got to make sure that your contractor is going to be okay with the way the payment is going to take place. Now, repairs that are eligible, I'm going to go through just a few here very quickly. You can go call into the show or again go online to get more detail for information. But roof, gutters, downspouts replacement, upgraded existing HVAC systems, upgraded plumbing, electrical systems, health and safety hazard, landscaping requirement, migration, draining, and erosion issues, landscaping when the appraiser verifies that the value increases dollar for dollar. So there's some requirements there. Sidewalk driveway repair, accessibility improvements for persons with disabilities, drywall insulation replacement, finishing basements, basement waterproofing, custom cosmetic repairs, appliances. There's a lot more, but there's just a few that are listed. Now, here's more importantly, I guess, is some of the things that are not allowed. Major construction, so foundational work, room additions that are not permitted. Foundation and structural repairs are not allowed. Major remodeling. Houses, if they're not completed for some reason, we're not seeing that as much, now, but back after the financial crisis, there were a lot of houses that builders couldn't complete because they couldn't continue to afford to do that. That is not allowed on the 203K rehab loan. Major replacement for utilities, plumbing, electrical. If it's major replacement, that's not allowed. So again, you can always call the show or go to the website if you need additional information. Now, there are costs for the consultant for the rehab. $5,000 to $7,000 in rehab, you may be looking at $400, all the way up to a rehab in your, the $35,000 range, maybe $800. Benefit is you're going to get a better deal on a home. Most of the time, homes that are in need of a rehab, other buyers may not see the vision. So if you can see that, make it your own and be able to hang on to those savings that you're going to see from the possible discounted price that you might get on that property. And maybe get your dream home at a location that you could not otherwise afford because you're getting a better discount on or a better price on this home. Now, steps into making an offer. The inspection, 5 to 10 day extend through the process of that. Offer accepted. You get your feasibility study, $250, including in the inspection. Waive the inspection. So you're going to waive through that bid with the contractor. You get your bid reviews by the lender consultant and approved. The contractor is going to start work after that once your loan funds and closes. So great way, again, to get into a property that maybe needs a little TLC. Coming up next on the Money Hour, regardless of the type of business that you may be involved in, whether it's an office on Wall Street or a basement in your own home, your personal brand matters, and how you're communicating your personal brand is really important to the business that you're going to get. And that's why I'm very excited to have my next guest, Noelle Bortfeld, Chief Marketing Officer with Windermere Real Estate, right here at 1150 AM KKNW after this short break.